So welcome back to our pathology revision podcast. Today we are going to talk about ischemic and hypoxic cell injury along with the reperfusion thing. So one of the most important fundamental topics in pathology is the ischemic and hypoxic cell injury. And we are going to make it simple by imagining the cell as a bakery, our cell factory bakery. Let's picture the normal bakery, then we'll see what goes wrong when the oxygen supply is interrupted. So here in this image, you could see a healthy cell bakery. So here we could see the delivery trucks bringing in flour, sugar, most importantly, the oxygen cylinders placed over the corner. These trucks represent the blood supply. The gas lines and cylinders fuel the ovens. This is our oxygen supply. So you could see here the gas lines over here. So these lines are fueling the ovens. And then the ovens bake fresh ATP pastries all day long and supply our little cell customers. The water pumps keep the tanks balanced. That's the sodium ATPase pump. So the bakers, that is the ribosomes, are busy making proteins, and the blueprints, the DNA, are safe in the bakery office. So everything is smooth. Pastries are made, delivered, and the bakery thrives. So hypoxia. Now we could see some issue in gas supply. So let's imagine hypoxia now. The delivery trucks are still arriving, but the gas line pressure drops. Oxygen is reduced. So causes can be high altitude. Here the air is thin, low oxygen pressure, and respiratory diseases, that is soot blocking the bakery pipes, like the pipes are damaged, you could see here. And anemia. Trucks come but with empty oxygen cylinders, so that, what's the use? And then carbon monoxide poisoning. We get fake gas filling the pipes, blocking oxygen. The oven struggles, but the bakery can still limp along by burning and turning on the backup generator, that is the anaerobic glycolysis. The problem is the generator produces lactic acid and the bakery starts to smell sour, which represents the metabolic acidosis. And then we get to ischemia. So now let's talk ischemia. This is more dangerous. The bakery doesn't just lose oxygen, it loses the trucks entirely. So this happens due to arterial obstruction. So here the clot blocks the main road, and in venous obstruction, so trucks cannot leave, so they just cannot eventually enter back. And in shock, all roads are closed. The bakery is just cut off from the world. Result, no oxygen, no glucose, no raw materials. The bakery collapses much faster, and this is why ischemia is more damaging than the hypoxia alone. So in hypoxia, we get oxygen but not in sufficient quantity. However, in ischemia, we do not even get the blood. That is, we do not even get the trucks. So we get nothing. So what happens inside the bakery? So ATP depletion, of course. So with no gas or trucks, ATP pastries stop being made. And iron pump failure, flooded floors, there is water everywhere, water tanks overflow, bakery swells up, it stings, and we could see cell swelling and ER similarly. So the bakers walk out, that is our ribosomes are fed up and they detach from the ER, trying to find some other opportunities elsewhere. So the bakery switch to the backup generator, that is anaerobic glycolysis, but this generator just produces lactic acid. So these chefs are not good enough. So the low pH denatures the machinery and the bakery goes out of the swag it usually carries. And if the ischemia persists, it leads to irreversible injury. The mitochondria station, that is the power station, explodes. The bakery walls collapse, ingredients and enzymes spill into the streets, like we could see troponin, CK, ALT, AST into the blood, and we could conclude the bakery is destroyed, and voila, necrosis. So let's recap the key differences. Hypoxia, here the low gas supply is seen. Trucks still alive, it's less dangerous. However, in ischemia, no trucks, no gases, no flow, so the bakery dies quickly. And what even is reperfusion? So, after this drill, when the trucks suddenly reappear after a long jam, the bakery gets flooded with oxygen. Instead of saving it, sparks cause fire. That's reactive oxygen species causing further damage. So let's get into this now. The bakery was dark after ischemia. No floor, no oxygen, no ovens cold. Finally, the trucks come rushing into the bakery with oxygen and raw materials. You'd think the bakery would be saved, right? But no, there is burst of oxygen. Too many gas cylinders rushed in instead of smooth combustion. They spark, create dangerous flames, that is ROS, superoxide, hydroxyl radicals, H2O2, and weak walls. The bakery walls, already cracked from the ischemia, cannot handle the sudden surge. Enzymes are toxic, sparks spill everywhere, so the workers are angry. New trucks also bring policemen who start smashing the windows. So these are our neutrophils. So it's gonna cause inflammation and the condition worsens. Broken wiring. The bakery's electrical circuits are broken. That is calcium overload, mitochondrial permeability transition happens. As a result, the bakery catches a worse fire after being saved. That's ironic. That's why reperfusion injury can enlarge infarcts, especially in heart and brain. So in summary, the cell is like a bakery. Oxygen is gas, blood is trucks. Hypoxia is a low gas supply, but the trucks still deliver flow. Ischemia is when the trucks stop coming all together. Both eventually lead to cell injury, ATP depletion, swelling, and prolonged necrosis. Remember this bakery story and you'll never forget the ischemic and hypoxic injury again.